Started in 2016, Boat commands a market share of 39%, leading the headphone industry, growing from 0 to 1500 crore in just 6 years. What's even more interesting is that when Boat started, the headphone industry is really crowded with a lot of big players like JBL, Sony, Samsung. Still, how can a company compete and beat its competitors so easily and dominate the India market? The dominance of boAt can be understood if you look at the market share of true wireless earphones. In the TWS segment, boAt commands 35.8% market share, followed by Realme at 8.1% market share and Noise at 7.7% market share. So, boAt's market share is even more if you add Noise and Realme. Now the question is, what makes boAt so special that in just 6 years it commands the headphone industry? The answer lies in the positioning, marketing and retaining strategy of boAt. Before explaining you positioning, let me take you back in time in 2016. In 2016, boAt started, but another revolution started in 2016. That is the Geo revolution. If you remember in 2016, Geo announced its free internet and we all switched to Geo to experience free data. Now what Geo did is it converted the consumption of information from text to video. So you are watching this video in YouTube because data is very cheap nowadays and you don't want to read any article. After this data revolution, a lot of phone companies came up with phones in a moderate rate of around 10,000 to 14,000 because people wanted to watch videos online and play games online. Because people were consuming a lot of video, they need a headphone by which they can experience the video or games. And in other hand, phone companies were no more giving free headphones to reduce their selling price. This whole environment has given rise to a new industry and the industry is known as accessory industry. When people wanted to buy a headphone, they have two choices. One is they can go and buy a premium brand earphone like JBL, Sony and Samsung which cost from 1000 to 5000, or they can buy a local earphone which is in a price range of 199 to 399. If you buy a cheap earphone, the quality is not very good. You have to spend a lot of money to get a good company earphone. This is exactly where boAt has identified an issue. boAt placed its earphone in the range of 299 to 799, catering the mid-level where maximum users were lying. These are mostly people from age of 15 to 30, and further these people consume lot of content, so they need a good earphone. Now the question that you may be thinking is, what about the quality of sound between a boAt earphone compared to a premium earphones? Well, for normal users like you and me, it's very tough to identify the sound difference between a 500 rupees earphone and a 2000 rupees earphone. Despite of the great positioning of boAt earphones, still they did not able to generate any sales. The reason was brand value. boAt was a very new brand on those days, so how can people actually trust boAt? This is where Aman Gupta studied and came up with an iconic lifestyle marketing strategy which changed the way boAt operates. Let me share a fun fact with you. Why do you think people buy Patanjali's product? You may be thinking because Patanjali use Ayurveda in its product, but there is also a lot of other products available in the market which uses Ayurveda, but not as successful as Patanjali. This is because Patanjali's image is attached with Baba Ramdev's image, and because people have no technical knowledge about Ayurvedic products, they identify Patanjali as a superior brand by the image of Baba Ramdev. This is the exact strategy used by boAt. In this case, they collaborated with Hardik Pandya and run ads to make their products give that premium positioning. When people recognize and try boAt earphones, they really liked it because of its quality and the market share improved exponentially. But that's not all. Aman Gupta realized the competition in this segment is very high, so they have to connect with users in their daily life. So they turned the positioning of boAt from a earphone brand to a lifestyle brand. So by introducing audio wearables, they started to call boAt a lifestyle brand, which can help you for all your audio needs and introduce different products like TWS, soundbars, etc., which are in line with the market demand. They also came up to make a community of boat users and call it boat heads. Just like Harley Davidson has a different community for people who use bikes. This gave them a differentiating factors from other brands. With that, we come to the most important segment of this video, which is what are the business we can take from this. Sometimes, because the market is very crowded, does not mean that there are no scope for you. By identifying the right pain areas of the people, there is always an opportunity for you to tap into the market, just like Board did with its pricing positioning. The second point is, no matter whatever product you make, it is very important nowadays to differentiate your product users from rest of the product, just like Boat did with its boat heads community. You can also see the same thing with brands like Apple and OnePlus. This gives a brand a unique USP above other competitors. That's it for today's video. If you find anything valuable from this video, make sure to subscribe. This is Mukesh signing off.